Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy and I'm from the Buffalo Wild Club. So my goal here today is to explain to you why did we start this whole Buffalo Wild Club thing? What are we trying to do? What content are we trying to deliver? Why are we doing this? I want to kind of explain. Well, it's simple. The goal of the Buffalo Wild Club is to share fun, relatively cheap activities with your family that you can do that will not cost you an arm and a leg. We do not believe that you have to hop in line at Disney to have an enjoyable weekend. See that blue jay just go by? That was crazy. Speaking of blue jays, on this video we had a baby blue jay, a couple baby blue jays born in our yard. At the end of the video I will show you them perched up. They were together learning to fly. So we're going to show you, hey, new places to go in the Buffalo area and kind of wherever we decide to explore that you may not have known about. We have a ton of areas that we are going to show you this summer that you could go do with your family that you're going to be like, man, who cares about Disney anymore? Honestly, those are great places. See, they're clapping for us. Don't wait anymore. Come on, subscribe. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us. Join us. We are only trying to do one thing. Give this content to you. Help you understand. Change your switch a little bit. Everything doesn't have to be paid for. The best things in life are actually free and they're right here in nature. And at the end of this video, you'll see that baby blue jay. You'll see things like that. That's what it's really all about. So come on. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a foam carving because I'm an artist. I'm here at the park and that's what we do. Watch this video. Watch how I turn this foam block into a sculpture. Okay, so always you should be sketching ideas. Sketchbooks to me are not about finished ideas, they're about planning your ideas. And that's how when you do something 3D, it makes sure that you're prepared and you're ready to go so that you're not like learning on the fly. You're prepared, you're planned. So here's a little painting idea for cubism that I had planned, but we're going to do that another time. So this drawing here, green floral block. Trace the block, draw your idea, okay? Simple as it is. You can do this. There is going to be a front and a back to this sculpture. I'm going to draw only the front at first, okay? So that's how I'm going to start. And if you decide to get these green floral blocks, just make sure you wear a mask and that you wear safety goggles, especially with kids. Starting now, and I'm going to be very careful not to blow and inhale this stuff. The first thing is I'm going to transfer my idea onto the green block. Poof. Good news. Transferred it over, and as you can see, I didn't do a perfect job. But guess what? I'm not perfect. Art is not about being perfect. It's really about being a human. We now have machines that can do everything. So this is the best part about being human. Okay? Only humans can make human art, and it's one of a kind. Okay, so here we go. I transferred it over, and now my goal is to remove these negative spaces, but only to the halfway point. Okay, so I'm going to chisel this down, and then I'm going to show you. Boom. So as you can see, kind of carve that down using a knife, and as long as you're careful and understand stored energy, you don't want to be ever really aggressive with a knife. Remember, sometimes a dull knife is actually really dangerous. So, because it's called stored energy. You push, and then it slips, and that's how you hurt yourself. So, when using a knife, be careful. But as you can see, we drop this down. Now, I will draw on this background with a pencil, the kind of like organic looking shape. There you go, you see that? Those lines? Those are going to be the clues that tell me what to do. Okay, those are gonna be the clues that tell me what to do on this side. So I'm gonna carve these tinier negative spaces out now. And then when I flip it over, I'm gonna say, okay, that's the roadmap on what I need to do to finish. It doesn't matter if the art turns out great. What matters is that you enjoy the process of creating art. Go to nature. Spend a day in nature and clear your mind. Buffalo Wild Club will give you many ideas of things you can do to keep yourself just kind of try to be relaxed, try to enjoy this earth. This earth is really such a gift. So enjoy the nature, because art is nature, art, are they not the same? I mean, Mother Nature is the best form of art. So that being said, back to the sculpture. Back to the sculpture. Okay, so all I've used to this point is a pencil and a knife, a serrated knife. And so I just wanted to show you the last step and what it looked like to remove the pieces so that you kind of know. This next part is we got to remove this negative space in these little tiny areas right here. They're supposed to be holes. Now as an artist, you get all types of really amazing tools. One thing you probably won't have is this hole cutter, but there's always more than one way of doing things. It's just that there's always an easiest way. So with a hole cutter, you know, you might just take this and just go all the way through, and then you go to the other side. All right, so there you go. And then if you don't have a hole cutter, you might have to like just kind of shimmy your way through, which is easy too. Or if you only have the knife, then you just kind of turn. But I'm going to use the hole cutter twice, and okay, so now I have two holes, and I'm gonna make them, everything, the front connect to the back right now. Listen, this will be the hard part for some people, connecting the back to the front. So what you gotta keep doing is looking at the front, looking at the back, looking at the front, looking at the back, and you have to start to draw the shape that you envision back there. And keep checking. Do it with pencil, so that you're not like super committed. Don't start cutting. Plan, think, do. All right, so I kind of drew with pencil. I have more clues on what to remove, so I'm gonna get back at it. I've now connected the front to the back of the sculpture in a way that there's now kind of somewhat connected. So some people might go, oh, great job, we're finished. No, you're ridiculous. And now we're gonna use the gift of our hands to smooth the thing out. So if you look at it, we're also gonna use some tools, but basically what I wanna show you is you can trim things up with a little tool, and then you can also, like I said, use your hand. It's kind of like a smoothing device. Your hand is like, the object in itself is like sandpaper. So just by using your hand, you're smoothing it out and making it very organic looking. Now you might not want to do that with the sharper edge, but you might really want to do that with this organic form. It's just kind of get in there and make it look organic and natural. Making some really nice progress on the sculpture. I want you to see like kind of some of the process. And also that I made a little mistake here on this cut. But you know what? I will fix that. So back to the importance of using your fingers to really smooth out that organic form. So if you look closely at the organic form, I'm trying to make it look smooth, and I'm trying to have it contrast this sharper image in the front. All right. We're almost finished. This comes to the major point. If you're rushing to get done, then you're not doing it right. While I'm working on this, I want to tell you why art is important. was painting on the walls during those prehistoric times? Artists. There were some creative people that were documenting our history. When you can look at art and understand art, you can interpret and understand people. If you want to create art with us, subscribe to the Buffalo Wild Club. Well, this was a fun project for me and a relaxing project, and the reason for creating art in nature is to relax. It's not just about the finished product. But that being said, the last step is to take this baby home. We're gonna spray paint it with some really cool spray paint, make it almost look like metal, and then we are going to see if we could sell it. We want to sell this artwork to be artists. That being said, this piece will be for sale. That being said, this art is one of a kind, and we're gonna try to turn it into an NFT. If you believe in our growth, if you think we have a chance, you buy this one piece and we grow to a large audience, maybe it will become worth more than what you paid for. Thanks for watching. We're gonna end this video with the spray painting, the finished art, and we'll see you later. Okay guys, we're back home, and this is the most fun part. So you can take a look at the sculpture. I worked on it a little bit more. I had to do a little bit of gluing on that little cut piece that I had. And now, my favorite part, painting. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Rustoleum. It's a copper. I've never used this color before, but I've used the Rustoleum, and it really gives these foam sculptures a nice look. So go ahead, try this effective method of just finishing off with the Rustoleum. Really cool, like hammered metal looking effect. Let's try it out. You ready to go? The way this stuff works, guys, is you want to put a nice even coat on and then let it dry. Don't put too much on all at once. It'll start to drip. That won't look good, so patience is a virtue. I bet you I'll use the whole can. So one sculpture, one can. So that I would say is not very cheap. So I apologize. You could just paint these if you're not looking for a super professional look with, like, I don't know, I did another video where we made sculptures. They were Moai sculptures from Easter Island, and once you buy paint lasts a very long time as long as you're not ridiculous with it. All right, here we go. Guys, if you see drips, use like a stick to kind of like smooth them out. So guys, I'm done with the project, and I decided to bring it back to the park in which we created it, we created it. So, yeah, I wanted to be honest with you. The project was not exactly easy because the painting was, I had to be extremely patient with the painting. It required several coats of paint. I had to shift it. It took forever to dry, so please, maybe if I was to learn anything, prime it with a prime coat on first of anything, that probably is cheaper and then spray paint it, or maybe use a cheaper paint. It all depends on what you're looking for as an artist. If you're doing, who you're doing this with, if you're doing it with yourself, you're doing it with a group. If you're doing it by yourself, then hey, go ahead, spend some money and get some cool materials. And do me a favor, if you do this project, take a picture of it, show it to me, and if you use a different spray paint or different type of finish, I would love to see it, and then I'll show it on our video if you want to share, so please. So underestimated the paint, how long it would take to dry. Even though I knew, I still underestimated it. But it was fun, and as far as easy, it was easy up until the painting. So look guys, everything on here, mostly a lot of things on here would be fun, easy, and cheap. This one, however, not so much. Even though I kind of failed on the fun, easy, cheap part, I hope that you were entertained by this content, and that if anything, you kind of subscribe to the Buffalo Wild Club. It's free. The only thing it does is when we have a new video, it will pop up on your home screen. It won't get lost in the shuffle. We have about 45 videos of art and crazy stuff, so please go take a look at the old stuff too to find out who we are. See if this is something you want to do. Well, I'm going to take this sculpture on a little walk, and I'm going to take a few pictures. I hope you enjoyed this show, and you know what? Stay tuned for this little Blue Jay episode. I added a little music to make it a little more dramatic, but all it is a couple Blue Jays were born in our yard, and we kind of found out that they were learning to fly, so we documented a little bit of it. Hope you enjoy the Blue Jays with the music, art, nature, fun, projects, time-lapse, music, silliness, learning, science. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
We just noticed these babies and they're learning how to fly.